first car I ever had was a Volkswagen Beetle. I say I had it. I went in the house with my brother, and I never really got to drive it. And he ended up driving to Texas, so it really wasn't my first car, but it was the first car I ever bought. The first car I ever had was a Volkswagen Camper, a 73. I love that camper. I didn't know the first thing about mechanics. I got a book called The Complete Idiot's Guide to VW Repair, and it was a very funny book and really well written. But the more you used it and the more you fixed stuff, the less funny it became. But the Volkswagen Camper was a great car. It was fun to work on because it was very simple and it was easy to get at the parts. But I'm here to tell you, I made so many mistakes fixing stuff on that camper. But after a while, I started working on the car pretty much daily. The first thing I fixed was the headlights, because one of them was rusted, and I didn't know what I was doing. It was rusted. I couldn't get it back in. And after I got it in, one of the headlights was sort of up in the air. You go down the street driving, and the trees would be all lit up because I couldn't get it straight, no matter how hard I tried. And I said, well, I won't be driving that much at night. So, but the Volkswagen lights, they're pretty high, and then if you angle them, they're going to be beaming somebody in your rearview mirror. So that's not a good thing. The next thing is I worked on the brakes all by myself. Never did brakes before, and it's not easy doing it by yourself if you've never done it before. Now, when I was done, I had all the parts, no parts left over, and I could stop the car. But the problem was when you put your foot on the brake, on the pedal, it made a sound. And like back then, Michael Jackson was very popular, and it made a sound just like Michael Jackson in that Thriller song he did. He went, ooh. So you'd be putting your foot on the brake, go, ooh, like that. So like it wasn't a very good fix. But I'll get by a little while. Now I've got a light that doesn't work and the brake's not working. So the next thing is I had some taillights that went out on me, and I was stupid. A taillight is a taillight. That's a bulb. They put the bulb in there, it comes on, it works. Well, you have single filament bulbs and dual filament bulbs for different purposes, the different parts of your car. And I swapped in one, and it should have been the other. And for some reason, you're not going to believe this, but after I did that, when I put my foot on the brake, the horn would blow. So I couldn't figure out what happened because I'd been working on a lot of things. I didn't know what I did to make it go wrong. So now I've got a car, and when I put my foot on the brake, the horn blows. So picture this, I'm in Miami, and I'm out driving around, and I pull up behind somebody, and my headlights are beaming him right into his rearview mirror, blind him. And he hears this, woo, like that, and then the horn blows. He stopped at the red light. And so this was happening, and I was learning curse words in different languages here in Miami for several weeks. So if you were here in Miami at that time and you had somebody come up behind you at night and blew their horn and it sounded like they had Michael Jackson brakes, that was me. So just a big hello from the past. That was still my favorite car. When you would drive your camper and you'd see other people and they had campers, they'd wave at you. Nobody does that in any other car. Not that I'm aware of. It was a fun car. You're way up in the air. You had a really high clearance. You could drive over stuff. You could work underneath your car without jacking it up. But little by little, bit by bit, I was replacing everything on it. Eventually, the fan belt came off, and I put on a replacement, and I never could get it go back on right, and it kept popping on me. And I sold it, and I told the people every single repair I made, and I told them about the fan belts popping off. And when I sold it to them, I was at somebody else's house. Well, about 3 months later, I was at my house, and out front was the people I had sold the van to. They didn't know where I lived, but they had broken down in the van in front of my apartment building. I was on my way to work. I just waved to the van and kept on going. That was a good van. But that's where I learned how to fix stuff on cars, was the Volkswagen Camper and the Complete Idiot's Guide to Volkswagen Repair. I still miss them, but I really don't miss working on them.
Okay, we're good.